Hi everyone, so I recently went to Seoul a couple of months ago and I went for the first time and I really wanted to share some tips that I think would be really helpful for if you're going to Seoul for the first time. So yeah, let's get into it. So tip number one, I would say, is definitely book an Airbnb. I know that some people do prefer booking hotels, but if you prefer to have a more kind of home feeling, I would definitely say book Airbnb. I booked an Airbnb close to Seoul Station, so it was very, very convenient. Our host was really nice. He even picked us up from the station as well and drove us to the place. So yeah, I highly recommend Airbnb. They're typically cheaper as well, and you can get a wide variety of places, and also you might be more likely to meet other foreigners that are traveling to Korea for however many of time. And you probably will be more likely to make friends if you are going alone. So Airbnb is a good place to go. So my second tip would be Wi-Fi eggs. So obviously you're going to want Wi-Fi when you're in Korea, and you're not going to want to use data roaming because data roaming is really expensive. So the easiest option for you to get Wi-Fi is either a Wi-Fi egg or a prepaid SIM card. Now I'm planning on using the SIM card option, or testing out the SIM card option the next time I go, because it does seem to be cheaper. I was just very wary of it because of my contacts and everything, but I might go for that option next time. But if you are looking to use a Wi-Fi egg and you don't have a credit card, it is a little bit trickier, especially if you are looking for Wi-Fi directly from the airport, because all of those companies will require you to have a credit card, and you will need that credit card to order one online and to book it online before you arrive there. So what I would say is that if you don't have a credit card and you do want a Wi-Fi egg and not a SIM card, I would definitely suggest this company in the M+ space in Myeongdong. So I think it's Myeongdong Station. If you exit from, I think, exit 6, and you go straight to your left and you follow that road, it's basically on the way to the cable car to Namsan Tower. You give them a deposit in cash, you pay by cash, and they were very friendly there. So if you are credit cardless and you don't want to use a SIM card, that is a very good option. You do have to book it in advance though, so the night before you do have to go online and book it, and let them know how long you want it for and what kind of plan you want to do. So that is also a very good option for you. Just know how to get to Myeongdong Station from there. And honestly, if you are going there and you do know how to get to Myeongdong Station, literally you get out the correct exit, you go towards Namsan Tower cable car, and it's literally on your left. It's a black building. So tip number 3 would be traveling. So you might be wondering, what's the best way to get around in Korea? So if you don't live somewhere that has amazing public transport, then you'll appreciate Seoul so much more, because their public transport system is amazing. The subway is so easy to use, and all you need to get around is this. This is a T-money card. You can get these at any convenience store. You can actually get it at the airport as well. You've got different ones. This is just a line one. This is just the one that they had at the airport, but you've also got Kakao ones as well. Basically, you go up to a convenience store, you ask them for a T-money card, and you buy them, and then once you get to the subway station, you'll see these big machines that are like ticket, that are the ticket machines, and you can actually top them up at the subway station there. I topped this up, I think, with 25,000 won. I still have money left on here. I think I might have about 5,000 or 6,000 won still on here because I was very unsure because I did do a lot of traveling, but that was for 7 days worth of traveling. And that also includes buses, subway. I even went from Seoul all the way to Bucheon as well and back. And I went all over the place, so this is definitely worth it. I would definitely compare this to an Oyster card in London. You can also use this on the bus as well. You can also use this in the convenience store, I believe, as well. I've not tried it, but I've heard that, and I've also seen in dramas, I've heard and seen in dramas and movies that if you are at a convenience store and you don't have any cash on you, you don't have your card, this is more than enough because you just beep it. So yeah, this is definitely something you want to buy. So my fourth tip would definitely be, I think, one of the most important ones out there, which if you haven't done your research, you're probably like, oh my god, I'm so glad that I found this out, because apps is so important for getting around in Korea. So first of all, the subway app. So the subway app is really, really important to get around. Not only can you see how long a journey is going to take, you can see the entire map regardless of if you have Wi-Fi or not. So what I will say though is I would recommend you learn how to read Korean first, because there are some stations that are called different things in English and in Korean, and also there are similar sounding and similar written stations like Shincheon and Shinchon. So I would definitely recommend that you learn how to read Korean. It doesn't take that long to do. Korean's pretty easy to learn how to read. It's just something to be aware of, because you might think like, I'm looking for this station, but in English it's written differently than it is in Korean. So be wary of that. The second app I would definitely recommend that you download is either Naver Maps or Kakao Maps. So regardless of if you are iOS or Android, if you get to Korea and you want to use maps, if you're looking for a specific restaurant or a specific shop, your maps are useless. Like Google Maps, Apple Maps, you can't use them at all in Korea because they are not licensed in Korea. So if you do want to find places, definitely download either Kakao Maps or Naver Maps. Otherwise you will not be able to find any building or anything. You'll be able to find streets, but not actual restaurants or shops if that's what you're looking for. And the third app I recommend is Kakao Taxi. I have not used it personally, but I've heard people recommend it. So if you are someone that is planning on taking a taxi at night time specifically, it is apparently very difficult to find a taxi. So I'd rather be safe than sorry and download the app. If you do have a Kakao Talk account, it is a lot easier to register, but it is kind of similar to Uber, and you do have more luxurious taxis as well. So do be wary of that. It is only in Korean though. So if you don't know how to read Korean, that's all the more reason to learn Korean for your trip, because I would rather have this app just in case I do need a taxi than have to try and call one on the street and not get one and have to wait for hours. So rather safe than sorry, that's what I think. So my fifth tip would definitely be to make some friends in Korea. It might be very difficult if you have not even met any Korean people wherever you live currently. I am fortunate enough to have made many friends in England that now live in Korea, so I already know these people pretty well. But if you're someone that doesn't know any Korean people personally, but you're planning on going to Korea, and especially if you're going by yourself, I would definitely recommend the app Hello Talk, not only just to learn Korean, but also to make some friends there. So I have actually made some friends through this app, and I did actually meet up with one of them whilst I was in Korea. And what I really like about having friends in Korea is when you're there and you want to meet up with people, you can kind of give them free rein. So what I really like to do when I'm traveling is have a more authentic experience, not so much a tourist experience. So I didn't do that many touristy things for my first trip, because I wanted to experience more what it was like to live there, and place that my friends really like to go to, because I think that's a much nicer experience. You know, you're going somewhere that your friends like to go, and hopefully you trust your friend's opinion. So I definitely think making friends is very, very good wherever you travel to, definitely. But for instance, on one occasion I was planning on meeting up with one of my friends, and they asked me, you know, where do you want to go? And I really didn't have anywhere specific in mind, because as I said, I didn't plan on going like specific places. So I just kind of said to him, wherever you like to go, you know, what do you recommend? And that's, I think, why I had such a great time in Korea, because I got to see places that I probably wouldn't have seen if I would have just stuck to all the tourist places. And my final tip would be that everything is open later. So shops are open later, especially if you're in more of a populated area such as Myeongdong. Myeongdong and Hongdae, and probably Gangnam. I wasn't in Gangnam very late, but Hongdae and Myeongdong, I was there fairly late at night, and you can still shop past like 7-8 o'clock. So if you're going in the middle of summer, I recommend you go out later, obviously. But if you have a very, very hectic day, or if you accidentally wake up too late, don't worry, things will still be open, because you'll have plenty of time to shop. I definitely think that Korea is more friendly to people that want to get so much done in one day, because yes, certain places will close at a certain time, but if you want to shop, you can always shop. Also, another tip that I really do recommend, that if you are going to shop in a place such as Myeongdong, do it at night. I mean that honestly, seriously. You will have such a better experience if you go to Myeongdong at night time. What I mean by that is during the day, sales assistants from beauty shops specifically are very, very aggressive, and they most of the time have attractive looking guys standing outside of their shop handing out free face masks in order to pressure you to come inside the store, and then they try and pressure you to buy things. And sometimes they can be a little bit too aggressive. So we've had on one occasion where a guy actually came up to us. I was in Korea with my mum. A guy came up to us, and he stood in front of us and tried to give us face masks. We said no, because we didn't want to go inside the store. And he actually put it in my mum's hand, and he actually gave me one as well. I just took it and I left, but he wouldn't actually let my mum leave. He actually held on to her and wouldn't let her go, even though she said no. He just kept saying like, please come, you need to come into the store, you need to come into the store. And yes, I speak English. But at night time, it's definitely a much more chill atmosphere. You don't really get that kind of pressure marketing as much. You don't get as many people coming up to you. What I have noticed, and I don't know how to say this without it sounding mean, like physically looking, they're not as like idle looking as the guys that work there during the daytime. And what I've noticed with that is they actually give up a lot easier. So I did not get spoken to, like no one approached us at all at night time. There was one occasion where I accidentally made eye contact with a guy that was working outside of, I think, Skin Food. And I made eye contact with him. He was about to come over and try and hand me a mask. I broke that eye contact, and as soon as I did that, he didn't even bother coming over anymore. So I will say that going shopping at night time will be a lot better experience for you. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more questions about traveling to Korea for the first time, what to bring, what places to go to, let me know in the comments down below. And I really am looking forward to making some more Korea related videos. So please do subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys hopefully soon. Bye!